Hey there, Darkstar here. We are I apologize for butchering these names, but Kalgoorlie / Boulder, Australia. And today we're flying to Adelaide in far southern Australia. Don't think it's too long of a hop today. And I just want to prove that I'm on live weather and time, and it is raining here in the desert. So there we go. I don't know how I managed to catch it, but all right. I did not pre-plan this one, so we're going to do the planning. I did, however, edit this plane a little bit to reduce the fuel plan slightly again, after having so much getting here. All right, we are going from YPKG to the YPAD. Okay, max cruise, default fuel factors plus 10%. We're gonna leave it there. Passengers, we're gonna go back with 8. And we've got extra 750 pounds of fuel. That should be sufficient. I don't know anything about the route, so we'll see. Oh, this is longer than I thought it would be. Which is good because I may have a thing I need to work on in the background here. At cruise. All right. Yankee Papa Kilo Golf to Yankee Papa Alpha Delta. All right, so that is the default Simbri plan. I may want to go with a different one. So we've got nothing coming out of here. There's no departure procedures. This thinks it should be runway 18. This picked 11. I think I like 18 a lot better. But I think 18 is a very short runway. Yeah, so yeah, it's 4,000 feet coming off 18 there. So I guess let's go for it. Let's give it a shot. That means we need to edit this. And we're going to pick 18 instead. Okay, and this thing is 23. That looks acceptable. All right, and then let's remember this one, Antar 1 Zulu. But if we're coming in 23, it's probably going to be That's kind of odd that there's only the straight in one. Let's see what connects there to there. Ooh. Probably that one alpha, huh? It's a shorter one. One Zulu might make sense too. That would explain why it has it on the arrival instead of on the ILS. Interesting. All right, let's plug this in and see if it complains. Of course, these get ignored. That's fine. Yep, it might be. It might be. We're going for it. Okay, so we have 18 on the departure, 23 on the arrival. It is ATNAR 1 Zulu. And direct MALNU on the way out. There's no departures out of here for some reason. All right, let's get this kicked off. 4, 5. Standby power on. Emergency lights armed. Battery 1 on. Battery 2 on. APU. Test. All good. APU start. Generator on. Set that. Get nav lights on. Safety belts on. Get some AC blowing. And ECAS on. Avionics. Positioning it on both sides. Click, click. And then our nav line. We are going to get the weather radar warming up here. All right, let's go ahead and get this loaded. Get everybody on board. Oops. Cabin lights on dim. And we are buttoned up. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's just check the checklist. Standby power, emergency light, batteries, APU started, packs on, nav, seatbelt, avionics, ECAS, position, left and right, IRS nav 2, Passengers are loaded. FMS and NIT is underway. So we want to load from SimBrief. We want to set our departure on runway 18. And then we want to go perpendicular. Next. And I like 340.88 on the descent. Let's go 320.90 on the cruise. Nope, sorry, 0.91 on the cruise. And then we're going to leave climb. And our cruise altitude is, we believe, 390. Wait. Okay. Just sync that. 8 passengers, 400 pounds of cargo. Confirm that. 1 hour 50. And takeoff performance. Let's do it this way. Let's get ATIS.
NE1. Visibility 3. Rain. Broken at 1600. Overcast at 2100. Temperature 11. Dew point 9er. QNH 1030. Transition level 110. Tower backup operations may result in limited services today. Advise on initial contact. You have information echo.
Okay, now I just need the wind.
Boulder Airport, information echo. 0216 Zulu. Arriving and departing runways 11, 18. Wind 180 at 11. Visibility 3. Rain. Broken at 1600, overcast at 210.
Alright, let's go tune next. And let's get our clearance. Clearance, citation 750 Delta X-ray. We'd like to get our IFR clearance to Yankee Papa Alpha Delta.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray. Information echo is correct. Cleared to Adelaide. After departure, fly radar vectors MALNU, then as filed. Initial climb 4000. Departure on 125.75. Squawk 3121. Released for departure. Clearance void if not off by 0248 Zulu. Time now 0233.
Cleared to Adelaide. After departure, fly radar vectors MALNU, then as filed. Initial climb 4000. Departure on 125.75. Squawk 3121. Release for departure, void if not off by 0248 Zulu, 0 Delta X-ray.
Correct.
180 at 11. That's going to give us a nice little headwind to help us get off the runway there. We got temp 11, this is 10. It is going to be a wet runway with a downslope of 1.4.
Hey folks, welcome on our trip to Adelaide. I'm Emma and I'll be looking after you today. Please take your seats and stow your hand luggage securely. If you need any assistance, feel free to reach out to me. Thank you for flying with us.
Alright, and we are rotate at 131. Climb is good, cruise is good, descent is good. We'll do landing and everything later. That is everything we need here. We need our squawk code was 3121. And 3121 check. And it is always on. Alright, we just need that nav to sync. Should happen momentarily. And then we got QNH is 1030. Oh, that is way too high. Come on. With such high pressure, why is it raining? Alright, there we go. Kalgoorlie traffic, citation 750 Delta X-ray is going to push and start, and then taxi to runway 18. Kalgoorlie traffic. Alright, there is no one else to talk to here, sadly. No ground or tower. I feel like there would be. Let's take a quick peek here at our situation.
Kalgoorlie Boulder traffic. Victor Hotel Papa Quebec Victor, left downwind, runway 18, Kalgoorlie Boulder.
Alright, I think
Kalgoorlie
we're just
Boulder
gonna...
traffic. Victor Hotel Papa Quebec. Victor left base, runway 18, Kalgoorlie Boulder.
Let's just go to like here.
Kalgoorlie Boulder traffic, Victor Hotel Papa Hotel Tango departing runway 18, Kalgoorlie Boulder.
Alright, we're just gonna push back a little bit. That gets us ready to start. So beacon lights on. Let's get this set up. I always forget until it's too late. Okay, we have start
Folks,
pressure.
welcome on our trip to Adelaide. The estimated flight time is 1 hour and 55 minutes. Please pay close attention to the upcoming safety demonstration, as it contains important information even for frequent flyers. Fasten your
I didn't
seatbelts
pre-flight
by
the
inserting
cockpit
the metal
properly.
tip into the buckle and pulling the strap to tighten. Remember, the seatbelt must be fastened whenever the sign is illuminated. Please ensure your seat backs are upright and any loose items are secured. Mobile phones and electronic devices should be set to flight mode. Laptops must be stowed during takeoff and landing. Smoking, including e-cigarettes, is prohibited on board. Oxygen masks will drop automatically if needed. Pull the mask towards you, place it over your nose and mouth, and breathe normally. Secure your own mask before assisting others. Life vests are located under your seat. To use, pull it over your head, fasten it, and inflate only after leaving the aircraft. Floor-level lighting will guide you to the nearest exit, which is clearly marked. In case of evacuation, please leave all personal belongings behind and follow crew instructions immediately. If any electronic device becomes hot or catches fire, please inform me immediately. The safety information card is located in your seat pocket. Thank you for your attention.
I'm gonna go and get my taxi lights on just for visibility. Okay, we're gonna step through all the tests. Smoke test. Landing gear. Fire. Thrust reversers. Flap check. Windshield heat. And that's good. Overspeed, check. Angle of attack and shaker.
Kalgoorlie Boulder traffic. Victor Hotel Papa Quebec. Victor left 2 mile final, runway 18, touch and go. Kalgoorlie Boulder.
Annunciators. And we're done with that. And then let's do our pressure check. So we want to get this off. Pressure should drop. Turn this one off. We lose pressure. Open crossfeed. Pressure returns. That's off. And now we have pressure, and we'll get this on for takeoff. Strobes will come on in a minute. Everything else here is good. Pitot heat will come on in a minute. And landing lights, engine sync after takeoff. And everything here is good. Okay. Gear lever is down. Just throttle, test throttle. All right. Kalgoorlie Boulder traffic, citation 750 Delta X-ray is taxiing to runway 18. Okay, parking brake off. And let's do our differential brake check. First left and then right.
Kalgoorlie Boulder traffic, Victor Hotel, Papa Quebec, Victor turning left crosswind, runway 18, Kalgoorlie Boulder.
Kalgoorlie Boulder traffic, Victor Hotel, Juliet Hotel, Victor taxiing to runway 18, Kalgoorlie Boulder.
Okay, reverser check is good. Vents and floors.
Approaching runway 36.
Definitely gonna want all of this runway. We're not gonna have much to spare. Alright, let's get trim set. What's going on? Oh, there we go. Alright, and then flaps 1, 2, 3. Make sure those go to 15. There we go. Got somebody lining up out here. So it's going to get strobe on and pitot on and landing lights on. Engine sync is off.
Kalgoorlie Boulder traffic, Victor Hotel, Juliet Hotel, Victor departing runway 18, Kalgoorlie Boulder.
Kalgoorlie Boulder, citation 750 Delta X-ray is lining up for runway 18.
Kalgoorlie Boulder traffic. Victor Hotel Papa Quebec. Victor left base, runway 18. Kalgoorlie Boulder.
Kalgoorlie Boulder traffic. Victor Hotel Oscar Whiskey Sierra turning left crosswind runway 18. Kalgoorlie Boulder.
Approaching runway 18.
Kalgoorlie Boulder traffic, citation 750 Delta X-ray is holding on Golf for runway 18. Is this dude just gonna do donuts here or what? I don't understand what I'm seeing because this is supposed to be the end of 18. Is that dude on the runway? No, they're parked over there. Okay. Kalgoorlie Boulder traffic, citation 750 Delta X-ray is entering runway 18, back taxi, then departure to the east. Did this get extended from what's in? Or is it just, I think it's just a little bit of a false look. We're gonna use this pad over here to turn around. Because I want all of 18. I'm a little worried. It's gonna look really bad if I crash. Okay, pitot heat on, strobe on, weather radar
runway 18 remaining.
And then let's make sure this is weather capable.
Feet.
Alright, takeoff left turn to the east. Kalgoorlie Boulder traffic, citation 750 Delta X-ray is taking off runway 18. Kalgoorlie Boulder traffic. Alright, hold the brakes. Here we go. I think this is the shortest runway I've ever taken off in this plane, and certainly in this series. Alright, airspeed is more than alive. Here we come. Here's V1 and rotate. Don't overdo it though. Gear coming up.
Kalgoorlie Boulder traffic, Victor Hotel Papa Kilo Delta. Entering runway for takeoff, remaining in the pattern. Kalgoorlie Boulder.
Flaps coming up 1. Start a left here. Oh, I didn't do toga mode. And I didn't get my initial altitude dialed in. Alright, flaps coming up. Let's go ahead and go heading mode, autopilot on, heading, and then altitude hold mode. see. I messed that up seriously. Okay, let's go. All right, now, the other thing I messed up is I didn't get my departure in. Here we go. Departure, Citation 750 Delta X-ray is with you at 4,000.
Citation 750 Delta X-ray, Melbourne Centre, radar contact. Climb flight level 390, turn right, heading 110, direct MALNU when able, then is filed.
Climb flight level 390, turn right, heading 110, direct MALNU when able, then is filed. Citation 750 Delta X-ray. All right, we are cleared to go up, and up we shall go into the darkness. All the way up to 390. Ah. All right, gear is up, flaps are up. Throttle is doing its thing. We're climbing into the flight levels. We're gonna go ahead and set standard. Right, we are direct MALNU already. We got traffic all over us here, is that what I'm seeing?
Dear guests, the use of approved electronic devices is now permitted in flight mode. Cabin service will begin shortly. Thank you for flying with us.
Okay. So lights off, engine sync on. Let's go ahead and get bleeds off, and we can shut this guy down. Look at crossfeed on.
Dear guests, the cabin service will begin shortly. I'll be offering some delightful snacks and beverages, including our popular gourmet cheese platter and refreshing sparkling water. After the service, I'll have some selected items available for you to enjoy. Thank you for flying with us.
All right, we are balanced out. APU's off. Let's see, this is all good. Seatbelt lights can come off. Don't need those yet. All right, we're all set for cruise. Gonna do external, so it may get loud for a moment. Nah. Let's set an arrival. We think we're gonna get runway 23. Zulu. And then it was ATNAR 1 Zulu. So I love that we made it off the short runway. That's very good news. So that is a 4,000-foot runway. Very windy there. So put an initial wind and temperature here. Right now, according to this, information Quebec. is 240 at 18, visibility 10, temperature 15, and QNH 1011. We'll get an updated one later.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray. Contact Melbourne Centre on 134.2.
Contacting Melbourne Centre on 134.2. Citation 750 Delta X-ray. Melbourne Centre, Citation 750 Delta X-ray. Good afternoon, at flight level 390.
Citation 750 Delta X-ray, Melbourne Centre, identified. Good afternoon.
should be crossing into the ocean soon. So it looks like our approach today is going to come in over the main part of the city. There's a big park area slash golf course. on the approach path. Adelaide Oval. There's that big green belt area. So we'll keep an eye out for the oval. It should be on our left. Mining, I would imagine. Forest? It's such a weird area. Like, you've got all this stuff surrounded by the green. That's kind of cool. Big golf course. Alright, we moved on to Romeo. Wind shifted to 230 at 17. You're 15, 1011. Okay, so not much change. Plenty of fuel. Looks like we're about 45 minutes to top of descent or so. Seems like we can't get that last little bit of fuel out of the center tank. Okay, we just passed IVPEM. I'm curious to check our plan. So 4.8 remaining, we got almost 5. Let's see, somewhere in here there's total fuel burned, 2,000. Estimated 2.5, wow. Picking up a tailwind, yeah.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray, contact Melbourne Centre on 132.7.
Contacting Melbourne Centre on 132.7. Citation 750 Delta X-ray. Melbourne Centre, Citation 750 Delta X-ray. Good afternoon, maintaining flight level 390.
Citation 750 Delta X-ray, Melbourne Centre, identified. G'day.
know why the yaw dampener's off. I must have accidentally clicked it. Okay, so this sets fuel boost on left, this sets fuel boost on right. I don't understand what these different settings mean. I was even reading the manual and it doesn't really say. Okay, let's so if we set it on tank, we get the fuel boost on that tank, right? If we set it on engine, we get the fuel boost on the opposite tank.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray, expect the ATNAR 1 Zulu arrival. Plan for descent in maybe 20 minutes. Say the word if you want to descend sooner.
Expecting the ATNAR 1 Zulu arrival. We'll advise if we need to descend sooner. Citation 750 Delta X-ray.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray, contact Melbourne Centre on 123.5.
Contacting Melbourne Centre on 123.5. Citation 750 Delta X-ray. Melbourne Centre, citation 750 Delta X-ray. Good afternoon, with you flight level 390.
Citation 750 Delta X-ray, Melbourne Centre identified. Good afternoon.
as best I can tell, left-hand tank and right-hand engine mean exactly the same thing. It looks like it's just two different ways of accomplishing the same task. The manual is not super duper clear about it though. It just barely mentions it. It's weird. And this is the official actual manual. So it talks about it here. This is the only place where it mentions those specifically. If crossfeed is selected, left-hand tank hyphen right-hand engine or right-hand tank left-hand engine, the selected engine is fed from the opposite tank. So that's all I know about it. let's do a last check on the weather. Okay, that's Tango. Let's see, we still got 230, 17, 14 on the temp. And 1011 pressure. Okay. Approach 127, BREF 122.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray, contact Melbourne Centre on 125.9er.
Contacting Melbourne Centre on 125.9er. Citation 750 Delta X-ray. Melbourne Centre, Citation 750 Delta X-ray. Good afternoon, at flight level 390.
Citation 750 Delta X-ray, Melbourne Centre, identified. G'day.
Okay. I've got the comms.
You've got the comms, Dark Star. 2. Let me know if you need anything.
Whoa, that's interesting. So this is in the manual. It's our neighbor. 750 Charlie X-ray.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray, cleared ATNAR 1 Zulu into Adelaide. At your discretion, descend flight level 280.
Cleared ATNAR 1 Zulu into Adelaide, descending flight level 280, 0 Delta X-ray.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray, descend flight level 280.
That's what we just said.
Folks, we've left our cruising altitude and started our approach to Adelaide. Please return to your seats and fasten your seatbelts. Thank you.
Alright, seatbelt lights on then.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray, descend, flight level 200.
Descending flight level 200, citation 0 Delta X-ray. Okay, there's vertical path.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray, descend flight level 190.
Descending flight level 190, citation 0 Delta X-ray. Why you do this to me? Gonna try head tracker here. I haven't used it in a while. I want to see how it works with chase plane. Not very well, apparently. That could be a problem. Uh-oh. Let's see. over there. Okay.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray, descend to altitude 4,000 feet. QNH 1010.
Okay, it's not working very well. Descend altitude 4,000 feet, QNH 1010, citation 0 Delta X-ray. Alright, window vents off. Get the windshield heat on. Don't need anti-ice. Everything else is good.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray. Contact Adelaide approach on 118.2.
Adelaide approach on 118.2, citation 0 Delta X-ray. Adelaide approach, citation 750 Delta X-ray is with you. At flight level 172, descending 4,000, QNH 1010.
Citation 750 Delta, X-ray, Adelaide approach, cleared via transition. Expect the ILS Yankee runway 23 approach, into Adelaide. And have you got information, Sierra?
Alright, let's make sure nav is still on. Alright, cleared VRAT transition, expect ILS Yankee runway 23 approach into Adelaide. Information, Sierra on board. Alright, that is the sound of it's time to start the APU. So APU master on, test, start. And we'll also get the landing lights on, engine sync off. Delta P is falling. Flaps, gear, spoilers, autopilot off. Let's go here. Let's put in a 160. And a 210 here. And we got 230 here already. That will work.
Copy, Captain. I will check that everyone is seated and has fastened their seatbelts now. Folks, we are now beginning our final approach into Adelaide. Please turn off your electronic devices and stow them until we arrive at the gate. Ensure your seatbelts are fastened and your seats are in the upright position. The weather in Adelaide is quite pleasant, so we should have a smooth landing. Our assigned gate is GA stand parking. Thank you for your cooperation.
We did get little bits of icing there. I don't know if I should do anti-ice for just, you know, little tufts of clouds that just have, like the icing's all gone now. So would it have made sense? I don't know. There's that other airport, I believe. Yeah. I guess that's the airport. A little hard to see anything right now.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray, cleared for the ILS runway 23 approach via Viret.
Cleared for the ILS runway 23 approach via Viret. Citation 0 Delta X-ray. Okay, let's go ahead and go slats. Interesting. Okay, approach. Localizer, glide slope captured, flaps going to 5.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray, contact Adelaide Tower on 120.5.
Adelaide Tower on 120.5, citation 0 Delta X-ray, have a good one. Adelaide Tower, citation 750 Delta X-ray is inbound ILS runway 23 Yankee approach. We are 10 nautical miles out.
Citation 750 Delta X-ray, Adelaide Tower, roger. Continue approach.
Continuing approach, 0 Delta X-ray.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray, runway 23, winds 230 at 16, cleared to land.
Cleared to land, runway 23, citation 0 Delta X-ray. Okay, there's that big Greenbelt Park area, and then downtown, and somewhere around there should be that big stadium. I don't know if we'll get to see it or not. or if it's even modeled. Got a rainbow there. Alright, going to flaps 15. That it? Okay, gear down. Okay, flaps full.
Approaching runway 23.
Okay, autopilot off. Okay, auto throttle off. Yaw dampener is also off. Okay, throttle's idle. Speed brakes. Reversers. We did not make that turn off. Okay, reversers retracted, spoilers up, flaps up.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray, welcome to Adelaide. Contact ground on 121.7 star 770, winds 230 at 17, cleared to land, runway 23.
Ground on 121.7, 0 Delta X-ray.
Did you know that Adelaide is known as the city of churches?
Adelaide ground, citation 750, Delta X-ray is with you. Look at the taxi to general aviation parking.
Half of your flight crew, thank you for flying with our airline. The local time is 2:13 p.m.
Citation 750 Delta X-ray, Adelaide ground. Taxi to GA stand parking via Echo 2. Hold short of runway 30. Good day.
Echo 2, hold short, runway 30, citation 0 Delta X-ray.
Jetstar 775, contact tower on 120.5.
There's Echo
Going
2.
to tower, Jetstar 775, thanks.
Why is that cursor so persistent? Alright, flaps are up, spoilers are up. Let's get... well, we're gonna leave strobes and landing gear on for right now. We can go ahead and get weather radar off, though.
0 Delta X-ray, cross runway 30, then continue taxi via Echo 1 Alpha.
Cross runway 30, then Echo 1 Alpha, 0 Delta X-ray. Let's go ahead and get our bleed on.
Approaching runway 30. Approaching runway 30.
Alright, this is Echo 1. And then let's see. Nice looking tower there. Alright, now we can get our strobes and landing lights off.
Request push and start. Rex 4134, pushback approved. No conflicting traffic.
Push and start approved. Rex 4134.
Rex 4134, contact tower on 120.5.
Tower on 120.5, Rex 4134.
Jetstar 688, pushback approved. No conflicting traffic. Start approved. Jetstar 688.
Jetstar 770, taxi to parking.
Jetstar 770, taxi to parking via Foxtrot. Foxtrot 3, hold short of runway 12.
Foxtrot 3, hold short of runway 12, Jetstar 770.
Not exactly sure how this is supposed to work, but somewhere right around here. Alright, parking brake is set. Bleeds on, generators on. We can get seatbelt signs off. We can get nav off.
Jetstar 770
Weather
cross
radar's
runway
off.
12.
Taxi light off.
Jetstar 770.
Should've got that off earlier. Alright, cage that. Avionics off.
Jetstar 688, runway 23 taxi via Tango, Bravo, Bravo 2.
Runway 23 taxi via Tango, Bravo, Bravo 2, Jetstar 688.
Okay, beacon off.
Qantas 889, request pushback.
Lag.
889er, push and start approved.
And crash.
Push and start approved, Qantas 889er.
We didn't crash.
Velocity
That's amazing.
224, request pushback.
Velocity 224, push and start approved.
Push and start approved, velocity 224.
We may not be able to finish this though, so well, I'm glad we got parked before this all happened. Hey, catch y'all later.